guys, Saturn here, and today we are going to be talking about the Pokémon Masters EX game, one of my all-time favourites and by far my favourite mobile game and Pokémon spin-off game. And today we're going to be talking specifically about the Ghost type in Pokémon Masters EX, as while there are quite a few units that are Ghost type, it's quite lacking. Let's get started with what I mean. All of these sync pairs are Ghost type units. They all have Ghost type moves and all have Ghost type sync moves. We've got Morty and Drifblim, by far the best physical Ghost striker. Phoebe and Dusknoir, who are a very good sync pair in co-op, as in support sync pair, not a very good striker. Chantal and Chantal, probably one of the better, less expensive strikers. I use her a lot and she's fine, but I have raised her to 5-star, so I don't know whether that's as viable for others. Fantida and Miss Magius. Again, I can't really comment because I don't have this sync pair yet, much like with Morty, but from what I've seen, she seems very good and very consistent as well. Acerola and Palisand. Acerola is fine, but not as a Ghost type striker. Her best use is with Cynthia as a Sandstorm unit, and she really does help Cynthia though when it comes to her sync grid. And then we have Agatha and Gengar, probably one of the better Ghost type units. It could just do with a little buff though, which is what I'm going to be discussing in a few minutes. Of course, we do also have Giovanni and Mewtwo, the only non-Ghost type sync pair with a Ghost type move, being Shadow Ball. And again, Giovanni's good, but I'm going to be talking about him in this video rather than in this Psychic type video, which will be coming out eventually. I haven't mentioned this yet. There will be videos on each type, hopefully, as well as a bigger, more how do we make this game better video, which will hopefully be coming out next week, if I have time. But yeah, Giovanni could do with a slight buff, but other than that, he's a great sync pair, and I use him all the time, both in Villa as a Psychic and a Ghost pair. The only specialist we don't have is Alistair at the moment, and that's because we don't have any Sword and Shield characters. But given that Gengar has gone to Agatha, it's most likely that his sync pair is going to be with Cursor. And I don't know about you, I just don't see this being a Ghost type striker. I think it's more likely to be a Ghost type tech unit, and that's what I have made here. Alistair and Cursor, a tech unit with the moves Shadow Ball, Hex, Mirror Coat, and their trainer move is our Ace Confidence, which makes the opponent target Cursor and raise Cursor's evasiveness by 3 stages, which I thought was would be an interesting way of making it a somewhat viable sync pair as a tank. And then for their sync move, we have Terrified Masked Poltergeist. Poltergeist being a new move introduced in the Isle of Armor, I think it'd be interesting to see a sync move based on that, rather than based on like Shadow Ball for the 50th time? Moving on though, what about seasonal sync pairs? We know that there are Halloween sync pairs coming next month, and the reason I'm recording this video today while I'm ill is because I don't know if they're going to be in the update for tomorrow, so I thought I'd better record and get this video out before then. So, let's take a look. I have 3 ideas as to who we could see. Let's start off with Candice, the only non-Ghost type trainer who I've given a Ghost type Pokemon. Candice and Frostlass, who I've made a special striker. With the moves Shadow Ball, Ominous Wind, X Special Attack, and R Focused Passion, which raises their special defense and speed by 2 stages, I think that they could honestly be a very good striker. As long as the Shadow Ball and Ominous Wind are coupled by a good special attack stat, it would be fine. And for their sync move, I've chosen Icy Focused Ominous Wind because, again, Ominous Wind is not a move that I think we've had a sync move based off of yet, so I think it'd be interesting to get one of those rather than Shadow Ball. Next up, Morty, Halloween 2020, and Bennett, which could Mega Evolve using the sync move. It would be a physical striker, much like Morty's other sync pair in Drifblim. It would have the moves Shadow Punch and Shadow Claw, as well as X Attack Plus, which would raise attack and defense by a stage, and Trained in Shadows, which raises critical hit rate and heals Bennett for 25% of its max HP. Again, I think this could be a really, really good sync pair if you use it right and if it gets a good grid. As well as good good stats. If it gets enough good stats, then that would be fine. But we just have to hope that it would. And for its sync move, I've chosen Haunted Training Shadow Claw, which I think would be a really good sync move for a physical striker, for a ghost type unit anyway. And it would also be able to give Bennett the Mega buff, which I will talk about in a minute. Phoebe. I've chosen her to have Mega Sableye, because that was her Mega in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. I think it'd be interesting to see her use it once again in Masters. It would be a support sync pair, but that's because I think that it just works better as a support than any other unit. It would have Shadow Sneak and Shadow Ball, because, well, we all for some reason need Shadow Ball on every ghost type unit. X Regen All Plus, which raises defense and special defense by 1 stage, as well as the whole healing aspect, which is a really awesome. X Regen All is a really good move, and it's very good on Glacier, another member of the Hoenn Elite Four. And Shadowed Heights will be the trainer move, which raises all sync pairs stats, or sync pairs attack and special attack and speed stats by 2 stages. Again, it will be able to Mega Evolve by using the sync move for the first time, which will be Beyond the Grave Shadow. Sorry about that. Beyond the Grave Shadow Sneak, which, again, another good sync move if it gets the right kind of stats. Which I haven't really done specific stats because I'm not very good at crafting sync pairs, but I just think this could be an interesting concept. Mega buffs. 2 of the Pokemon that I've outlined there have got Mega Evolution. And the thing about Mega Evolution is the sync moves that Mega Pokemon have aren't the best. Let's just be honest here. They're made weaker because they become a Mega Pokemon. And that's fine. But here's my idea. Why don't we just make them completely overpowered by first time you use them, before it Mega Evolves, it would have the same base power or as it had before. For Tried and True Hex, because I've used Agatha and Mega Gengar here, it would have its 160 to 192 base power depending on how many times you've scouted for Agatha. And on the other one, after it Mega Evolves, it would have a base power of 420 or have a max power of 500. I know that's possibly one of the most strong sync moves in the game, and I know it's overpowered, but that's kind of the point. I want to make Mega Pokemon really, really good in Masters, because 1, I love Megas, 2, I love Masters, and so I just think it'll be even better. And obviously if the opponent is asleep, it's already more powerful, so that's great. Also, sync grids for Chantal, Agatha and Giovanni could be really beneficial, especially I think Giovanni would really benefit from one. But honestly, all 3 of these units could do with a great sync grid. But, failing that, we could just get some upgrades to these sync pairs, just some standard buffs that come in an update. So, let's start off by talking about Agatha and Gengar. As you can see here, I have taken a screenshot of Agatha's level 125 5 out of 5 stats, which is the 497 HP, which is fairly average, but could be better. 146 attack, again this doesn't really matter much, she doesn't have many attacking moves than just Lick before Mega Evolution. 123 defense, that definitely needs buffing, so I buffed it to 170. Special attack 419 in Mega form, that's great, that's a great special attack to have. Special defense 181, I've given her 230 or in Mega form or 185 in Pre-Mega. And speed 418, which is again great in Mega form. And I've also made a few changes to her moves. First of all, I've raised Hex's power, both base and max, because I just think it's fairly weak for a move that would be much better to have a good 2-gauge move to use. And Lick I've also raised because otherwise it's basically unusable for Mega. I've changed Run Along now, the trainer move, because I don't think it's worth having the whole 25% take off health thing for just raising the speed by 3 stages. So I've added the special attack and taken away the removing of health because that just seems more overpowered. And like I said, I'm trying to make overpowered or better ghost type units. And Shadow Ball I haven't changed. Now, to reflect all these changes, I think we could see Agatha become a 5-star sync pair. Which, I know that's slightly controversial, but I think it would just be a lot of fun to have Agatha go from being 4-star to 5-star. And also, to reflect this, I would have changed her base design to the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee design. However, with a feature that I would really like to see in Masters, you'll be able to change it back to her Fire Red Leaf Green design if you prefer that design. Also, I may or may not have designed a 6-star EX suit for Agatha. And we have a new sync move that I've thought of. If they're going to do Dynamax, this is how I think they should do it. The sync move would, instead of either having the Mega Pokemon or just being the normal sync move, it would now become, the Pokemon now go Gigantamax if it's a Gigantamax form Pokemon, and it would perform its G-Max move. And then it would just go back to being the normal Pokemon or the Mega Pokemon, depending. I think that just simplifies everything, and it just makes it easier for us. And so that's the tried and true Max Terra, which is what I've called it, because it's different from tried and true Hex. And it wouldn't stay Gigantamax Gengar. It would go back to being Mega Gengar afterward. And if these changes did happen, 2 events would be running at the same time. We'd have the Agatha Spotlight Scout, which would be a 5-star, just your general Spotlight Scout, not like a Poké Fair or anything like that. And the Ghost type training event would be rerun, because you can battle Agatha in that. Also, would just like to say, Champion Stadium, Agatha, yeah, great music, but she uses just 1 Ghost type. And I know that's accurate to Gen 1 and Gen 3 and Gen 7 or Let's Go Pikachu Agatha, but it would be so awesome if they could just get newer Pokemon as well. Just saying. Next up, Giovanni and Mewtwo. Their stats are great, other than their defense and special defense. They are abysmal. So I've raised it to 180 and 210, which the special defense is more than a 100 increase. But you know what? If it has to be done, it has to be done. Again, I've used the level 125 stats, though I'm not entirely sure. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I don't think Giovanni can even get to level 125 because he's a legendary sync pair. I know I can't raise my silver to level 125, but I don't have enough. I wasn't able to max out Giovanni because it just takes too long. Anyway. Another thing I think we can see for Giovanni is Mega Mewtwo Y. I've had this gripe with the game for ages. Why are there some sync pairs that have Pokemon that can Mega Evolve, and they don't Mega Evolve? Drake and Salamence. Brendan and Sceptile. Worst defender in my opinion, because Brendan's design literally shows you the Mega Ring. So why is he not Mega Evolving? So I think giving Giovanni the Mewtwo Y, Mega Mewtwo Y, and giving him the Mega Buffs, which we talked about before, and I'll go over again in a minute, I think that's probably the reason why they haven't given these Pokemon Mega Evolves, because they want to make their sync moves stronger. And so I fixed that. So for Giovanni's Mega Stats, it would be Special Attack would go up to 560, which is a 110 increase. Special Defense would go up to 270, which is a 60 increase. And the Speed would go up to 450, which is about a 51 increase. As for Mega Buffs, 200 and 250, which I know is a reduction of the base move. However, that's fine. It's only 50, and then it goes up to be stronger, same as Agatha's base power. And I've added the whole Become Mega Mewtwo Y at the end of the battle text. And I know it says an opponent there, but if Giovanni was to get a 6-star EX, that would obviously be different. again, I've changed one thing about the moves here, and that's 45 to 65 on Confusion because, oh god, Confusion is so annoying to use, even though it's the only good, like, gauge move Giovanni has. Because otherwise you're going to have gauge issues because Giovanni's a slow. Now, for fun, I designed a 6-star EX Giovanni. I haven't done this with obviously Chantal, we'll be talking about in a moment. But I did this yesterday because I wanted to call a point. But this isn't like got 6-star EX stats or anything. I think I've got like yes. I just thought this was fun. It's based on his Let's Go design, even though I hate Let's Go. I do really like the character designs from that game. Lorelei, Agatha, Giovanni, Erica, all of them have great designs and are much better than their previous ones in my opinion. So yes, I did that, and that was because somebody on the Pokémon Masters subreddit Discord created one, but they just changed the R to red. They might be even watching this video, I don't know, because I know they have seen previous of my videos. But while I like that concept, I thought that they could do a bit more with it, and so I changed this one, made his suit a bit darker, and gave him a red collar and shirt, which he had in Let's Go. But anyway, moving on to Chantal. Chantal would have to have a couple of increases in stats, because, like with the other two, their defences are so bad. What is it with DNA and giving ghost types bad defences? So, 150 and 195 for defense and special defense respectively. So that'll be fine. And also, I think a new passive ability, Flame Body, which would heal when burnt instead of doing damage. Otherwise, like the whole Tail of Triumph move, otherwise there's nothing really to change there. And actually, that does bring us to the end of this video. I hope you've all enjoyed, and I hope you're all ready to see more, because there is more to come. As you can probably tell, I'm quite passionate about this. Pokémon Masters is one of my favourite games of all time. I love it. I've sunk so many hours into this game, getting so many single players to the levels they are. However, I've never spent any money on this game yet. I still have some of the greatest sync pairs there are. I have Simply, I have Lance, I have Red, and Leaf, Leaf. They're really, really good, and I'm still finding this game fun and getting good sync pairs without having to pay any money into it. And I really do suggest, this video isn't sponsored by DNA because, well, I have 77 subscribers, I'm not going to get sponsored by anyone, let alone DNA. I really do suggest you play it if you haven't already. It's so much fun, and we have some great sync pairs going on at the moment. We have the Spotlight Scouts for the Ether family, we have Luzamine, Gladion, Lily, we've got Red and Leaf for a couple more days, and Blue till the end of October, and we have got Volkner coming on, I think it's on Wednesday, Volkner's coming, and that's really exciting. He's one of the last Sinnoh gym leaders we need. Now it's just Byron, and then Sinnoh Elite 4, or the rest of the Sinnoh Elite 4. And the Team Galactic Commanders! Please bring in Saturn! But yeah, Pokémon Masters, great game, so much fun. You can read the story fairly quickly, and honestly, it probably won't be that challenging anymore. Because we happen to be we just happen to be getting up to like level 125, and they're still on like level 75 recommended levels. So that's, yeah, I guess there's not much we can do about that. But the thing is, I will say, they are playing off of the types that they know are weak, like, in the game. The types that they know we don't have many good ones of. Such as, they did the Signasuit Grimsley made story chapter recently, and it was a weak to Fairy and Electric. Both are types notoriously bad in the game. We have two fairy types in the game at the time. Valerie, who was a free-to-play, and Mina, who was a 3-star tech unit. And while Mina is infinitely better than Valerie, in my opinion, still, that one was a bit tough. We do now have a good fairy striker in Summer Lyra, but it's a single pair, so not all of us got them, even when I spent 6,000 gems on that one power, and it still haunts me to this day. But yeah, they know what they're doing, and they are trying to give us more type variety. That's why I assume we're getting Morty at the moment. And that's really all I have to say. Again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please do subscribe. And also, there's a lot coming to the channel. I know this video probably sounds a bit off because I am ill. But there's a lot planned. You probably heard the backing tracks of this video and thought, which probably did you find this? If you were listening to the music and realised it was a remaster. Well, I did it myself, so I'm doing a bit more remastering, and that will be coming up onto the channel soon. I did upload the Caitlyn one, which, oh my lord, that is still the hardest remix I've ever had to do, but it was a lot of fun, and is almost certainly not the final version, sadly. But other than that, anyway, there's one more thing I'd like to announce before the end, and that is the fact that I would like to be doing for Halloween for the month of October. There's no going to be Saturn Darkest, which I've done the last couple of years, because I find that a bit cringy now, because I never did anything with it. So this year, it's just simply going to be, we're going to do a few Halloween themed videos. I'll have a few Twitter things, Halloween themed, possibly something on the Discord, but mostly it'll just be, we'll probably do a Halloween summon stream on the Halloween itself, or a video where I summon for the Halloween sync pairs on the Halloween itself. I have started saving up gems. I did it recently because I did want to get the Signature Canto Trio. I have Red and Leaf, I don't have Blue yet, but if we get the two Halloween sync pairs on Halloween on this video, I might start summoning for Blue for the rest of the video. But given my luck with Lyra, I don't think I'm getting those Halloween sync pairs. If I'm honest with you, I'll probably get one. If it's luck like the winter banners, I'll get one of them on early on. That was Rosa, and then on the day before they leave, I'll do one single, and I'll get the other. That was Seabold. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all soon. See you soon.